So this video is going to show you how, once you've set up your lathe, how to set up your door and how to input variables to do your first cut. First off, we're going to home our sizes, but I'm only going to show you 10" in this one. But the same applies to all sizes. So first off, you want to select your size. So I'm going to choose 10". And then I'm just going to use the nudge buttons on the screen to nudge the head into position. So this is where you want your lead in to start. I'm just fine nudging there with the innermost arrows. And once you're happy with the positioning, press set home and it will start moving towards the limit switch, and then your home position is set for that particular size. You can see in the calibration window that all our sizes are now set, and they will be stored indefinitely until you rehome. So let's set up the door now. So this is our Ableton file that we use, or Ableton program template. We have a cut group here which contains our audio files as well as automation. So you can see our automation track is a MIDI track, and we've got MIDI going to our audio interface and out of channel 1. The audio track is where we put our audio files. We have a turntable playback which is from the playback stylus, and also a line as well, so we can hear the difference between the two. We'll send you this program. So I'm just going to drag some files in now. You want your audio to start at the end of the lead-in clip. It doesn't actually matter how long the MIDI notes are. They're just triggering events. So set your MIDI clip to be the length which you can see in the system readouts. I've done it back to front in this video, but you'll see. So in between tracks, you can put the wind on MIDI note. And that automatically creates a track gap between your tracks. Again, page 12 in the machine settings window has a duration of that wind on, so you can adjust your MIDI clip size to be however long. And then at the end, we put our lead out. I tend to give a few seconds here before it's activated, but you want it to be beyond where the audio finishes. So that's how you set up your program. And what we'll also do is map the MIDI notes, or assign the MIDI notes to the transport functions within Ableton. So the way that we do this is via the manual cut page. So go into manual cut, and then the command to bring up the MIDI assign in Ableton is Command M if you're using Mac. You simply just click on the button that you want to assign and hit play, and it will map it to that. And again, hit stop and stop on the screen controller, and you see that we've mapped it there, and also on the locator, and that is also mapped now. So those notes are C2, D2 and E2. You can see pressing locator sends it back to the beginning. So once a lead out has happened and the head's back in the home position, it will stop playback and return back to that start position wherever you have your locator. So the time of the project is where your lead out starts. So that's 6 minutes 18. So I've put that into the top, couple of tracks, select 45. And now we have an LPI of 125. Now you can adjust the weighting if you want to avoid inner groove distortion. Doesn't matter so much because we're cutting at 45, but it's a short side for a 10-inch, so you can enter your weighting modifier, and that reduces the available cutting area and increases the lead out size. This is our system readouts page. So this tells you information about your lead in, your adjusted lead out, and your adjusted cutting area size as well as your wind on duration. So I should have checked this before, but I didn't. So I'm just going to adjust the start position of my audio so that it doesn't occur within the lead-in spiral. There's a few seconds there between the tracks. The wind on itself is 0.57 seconds, but we always leave a couple of seconds between tracks. And then we'll just adjust the lead out where it starts. And we'll make that change in the program itself as well. So we'll also make sure the stylus heat is on, and you can see relay 1, it's going to activate when we press start, and then it will turn off when the head moves to the home position. So now we move the head to the start position, and you can see the head moving there. This is our bonus head leveling tool, which we've included in all our automation. It's pretty useful just to assess how level the head is. Just going to give it a little bit of an adjustment. I'm also just going to check the weight quickly, and you can do this by going to the manual cut page, stylus head down, and then just checking the weight there. Happy with that, so I'll move the stylus head up. Also, when you exit the manual cut page, the head will automatically go up as well. I'm just going to turn on the light here as well. Okay, so just wiping down the plastic, and then once you're ready to cut, you simply just press start on the main screen. It activates the door, it lowers the head, and I've sped this bit up. So once the automation system receives the wind on MIDI note, it will also notify you on the screen, and then return to the cutting screen, where you can also abort as well. If something goes wrong, you can press abort and confirm that, and the head will lift and return to the home position. And you see it just did a lead out, and now it's returning home, hitting the limit switch, backing off a bit to take up any backlash. And that's it. That's your first automated cut.